Looking back at my interaction with my two classmates, it was a different perspective because when majority of the class is a lot younger than me, it's nice to have someone who is relatively my age and also is on the same life path as I am. So it was very interesting hearing his point of view with his spouse. And then we have our younger classmate who we were with, where his expectations were a little bit different, but still very mature for his mindset. I would say overall it was a good experience. You know, we were able to come together quickly after class instead of trying to figure out who's going to complete this session with who. And yeah, I think the conversation went really well. It was fun getting to know them. I liked seeing their perspectives on some of the issues we talked about. It was interesting to note that me and the older gentleman were steering more of the conversation as opposed to our younger classmate. I figured that was kind of going to be the case with how much vocal we are compared to him. Our younger classmate is typically a lot quieter in class compared to the two of us, where we're normally more spoken, even when comparing to the rest of the class. When we were talking about traveling, it was kind of interesting to see how we all dealt with travel. You know, I've been to a lot of countries, and I've only been to one or two. I'm a very forward person when it comes to my traveling, so I do enjoy it, and it was funny hearing their reactions towards traveling. I think all in all, I've gone a lot more comfortable with speaking to my classmates. It definitely helps that the older gentleman, is older than me, and I do find it easier to talk to him as opposed to some of the other people in class where, you know, we usually have the corner or the girls in the back of the class, they usually chit chat amongst themselves. And then we have the immediate three guys that are around me that typically conversate with one another or just usually participate with class. Ideally, I would like to branch out more to those classmates. However, sometimes they do distance themselves, or they typically have their own groups that they go to, which is funny to note.